What's going on, everybody? It's Ricky with Video Homicide. Welcome to day 27 of the 31 days of horror here at Video Homicide. I cannot believe that it is already day 27. It feels like just like the other night I was like planning this and I'm like, oh, I'm going to fucking record a bunch of them in advance. So I've continued to do that method and it's worked out very awesome for me. So the next topic or the next video on 31 days is going to be the Blair Witch Project. So this is my fucking awesome Blair Witch box set that I got the other day. I talked about it in a horror pickup, but this is a fucking amazing movie. Okay, who was it directed by? I gotta look it up real quick. I believe it's from 1999. That's it. Daniel Merrick and Eduardo Sanchez. They're the ones behind the first Blair Witch Project, which is the only one we're going to be talking about right now. I might reference the other two, but we'll get to that. If you're not aware of what the Blair Witch Project is, it's all about these three film students that go out to make this documentary on this Blair Witch, which is a piece of, regional mythology, folklore, about this woman who was, a mental, or not a mental, a witch that, possessed the mind of this guy named Rustin Parr. Like, right off the bat, before I even get into this, when you're watching Blair Witch Project, you need to make sure you have Curse of the Blair Witch, Sticks and Stones, and I think there's one other one, these documentaries like that go with the film in order to really understand what you're watching. Because without watching the Rustin Parr stuff or like the Ellie Kedwitch stuff, like who is the actual witch, like Rustin Parr was this guy who claimed to be possessed by the Blair Witch, and she made him like kill all these kids, all these boys and stuff, and he had like a very unique way. So he'd kidnap two kids, put one of them like on his fucking murder chair or whatever it was that he murdered them on, and then the other one he'd have stand in the corner and just wait and like listen. So at the end of Blair Witch, spoiler if you haven't seen it, but you probably fucking have, when the one guy, I believe it was Mike, was like up against the corner, like standing there, and it makes you believe that like the other guy is like getting killed on the other side of the room. Very crazy stuff. Okay, a lot of people talk smack about it. Personally, when this movie came out, I remember my dad said it was shit, said it was bullshit. My stepdad Richie said it was bullshit, and I went with that without even having seen it. Like I knew more about Blair Witch through Scary Movie than I did through Blair Witch Project, the film, which is shitty of me to say, but it wasn't until much later on in life that I actually watched Blair Witch and was actually blown away by it. And to me, like even now, it's one of my favorite films, just because of but like the film is great on its own, but like with those documentaries, man, you get so much more. I think that it's a disservice to yourself if you're not watching those documentaries that go with the film. So some of my favorite parts out of this movie are definitely, like the beginning when they're all kind of like just getting their shit together. The one guy's late, and they end up going to a hotel and just having a few drinks, all that kind of stuff, getting rusty for the next day, of course. And then they shoot some of these little interviews with some of the town folk of the town of Blair. And there's another, I think it was the Black Hills was the name of the forest. But anyways, I really like that they get lost in the woods, and the girl, Heather, she's like got the map and she's being very like, who was it? I believe it was Ben Stiller in Tropic Thunder that like wouldn't let anyone else see the map. That she was that kind of person. And then, the map gets mysteriously, or not mysteriously, but purposely thrown into a river. And by the other character, there was Mike, Josh. I think it was Josh that threw the map into the river, but, I always thought that was kind of stupid. I think everyone kind of agrees that that's sort of out of character, but it also goes to show like some people, I've never seen the deleted scenes or anything on this DVD, so maybe that gets cured in there, but it just seems sort of out of character for that guy to do something like that. I kicked that map in the river like days ago. Like why would you do that? You know what I mean? Because even if you can't read it, someone else might be able to. Okay. I really like how, like the two guys, like especially the one guy that rented out the 16 millimeter camera, like they stress on that, like we need to get this equipment back, like it's not ours. And I can kind of relate to stuff like that because when I was in film school, renting stuff out, if you brought it back late, there was like penalties that you'd have to pay, like fines and stuff like that, because other people might have had that booked out. So if you fuck around, you're really fucking around someone else's project. So I really like that. You know, we got to get the 16 back. We got to get the 16 back. And, you know, I really like that. I like how they're shooting in both 16 and video. I like the, you know, the mix of the footage. And it just looks really cool. Everything about it, I really like this movie. People talk shit about it all the time. Like, I've watched a lot of videos, people talking shit, like, found footage bullshit, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I agree. Found footage movies are bullshit 98% of the time. But you get a movie like Blair Witch Project that just is fucking a masterpiece. And then you get a movie like Cannibal Holocaust, which is not all found footage. There's like, you know, 40% of it's found footage. But, yeah, this is a great flick, man. I can't believe that it took me so long to watch it. And not only that, but I watched the sequel to this film, not on this particular copy, not this DVD, but I did not like it. I did not like it. I thought, like, you know, I didn't like the main actor guy that was supposed to be like this, like, sort of rip-off James Franco looking dude. Wasn't into that. Wasn't into the film at all, really. Same with the 2016 reboot. I saw that in theater, and I just was not into it. I thought it was too jump scary, too much bullshit. That's what was great about the original Blair Witch Project. Like, it didn't show too much to the point where it was oversaturated with just unbelievable bullshit. You know what I mean? There was lots of good, you know, genuine confusion, genuine scares in the movie. I love when they wake up and there's all those like little rock, almost like a Nook Shook things out front of their camp, and, you know, all the sticks and, you know, like the little Blair Witch men. Thought that was cool and like very creepy. And then like there's that scene where like you can tell the guys want to go. They're like, let's go. You're still making a movie. And she's like, okay, I'm coming. And she's like still filming all these little stick things. And like, you know, because she just wants to make like this super fucking documentary and stuff. And, you know, I think in the Wikipedia write-up it says like pretentious filmmaker. Like she's really being pretentious. I just think she really wants to make this documentary and like impress her peers or whatever the fuck it is, professor type thing, whatever. Blair Witch Project is definitely one from the 1990s that I think is probably the best film that was put out in that time, because again, like, what else is like this movie? What else had an impact like this? Like, I was too young, like being born in 92, I wasn't going on the internet and like looking at the site and all that stuff. But like knowing about it and like watching the little documentaries and stuff, like you get immersed in this legend, you know, because that's almost what it's like. It's almost like a legend, where it's like these documentaries, since there's a few of them, and like there might be a few documentaries on the Loch Ness, you know what I mean? So it makes you kind of think like it's got this reality to it. But I think really well done stuff. Really good staple again of found footage horror, effective found footage horror. So thank you everyone for watching. Leave a 666 in the comments. We'll be back tomorrow with day 28 of the 31 days of horror. Hope you're enjoying the videos. Hope you you know, I'm enjoying everyone watching them. Shout out to everyone that's leaving comments: Michael Brown, Trash Dash, Radioactive Blob Fuel, trying to think of some other fuckers, Toad, fuck, there's a bunch of you guys out there, and I really appreciate all your time for watching these videos for sure, because I know that it's like, you know, a commitment to watch like 31 videos, or, you know, as many as you can, or as few as you can. It's all good. I'm having fun doing it. So, and I will do it again next year for sure. Okay, but I'll be a little bit more prepared next year. I'll probably start filming them way earlier. So anyways, thanks for watching. 666, adios.